Recording a TikTok video is a lot of fun. Sometimes easy, sometimes a lot more involved than people think. So I decided to sort of just let the camera roll. It ran for 27 minutes and recorded everything, every nuance, everything of me washing the dishes, me cussing at myself because I realized I didn't like something. You're going to get a little glimpse of what it's really like to record a structured video, because it's a cooking video, so it's multi-step. Multi-step? It's a lot of steps, and I just wanted to do it because there was a viewer who asked, I can't remember her name, I'll find her at some point, but here is a look of behind the scenes of what it is to record a TikTok and the different elements that I use. I use my ChatGPT, I sometimes use Perplexity. It really depends on what I'm looking for, so here's a glimpse and I hope you enjoy. All B-roll stuff. So I'm on ChatGPT helping me to come up with a hook for sofrito. It's the beauty of ChatGPT. You can use it and you literally gotta use it. Let me see. So sometimes the hooks don't always come out the way you want them to. So I love what TikTok came up with. It says, if your food is missing that Puerto Rican soul, it probably needs sofrito. So that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you have to use TikTok, ChatGPT, ChatGPT. If you use Claude. If you want to use Perplexity, use Perplexity. It's whatever that you want to use. For me, I've found that TikTok actually helps me a whole lot. It helps me sometimes come up with a script because I put specifically it's 3 to 5 seconds, it's 5 to 10 seconds for this portion, or the whole script is between 10 to 20 seconds. And there's multiple ways you can do that. If it works for you, you can try it. So we're going to do the sofrito video as a TikTok, so it's very short, and then I'll upload it as a YouTube short because I'm officially monetized on YouTube. We'll talk long form content later, which is probably why I'm doing this, just so people could see that it actually takes a lot of work. It's not just, oh, let me turn the camera on, boom, you're done in 20 seconds. Making sofrito will probably take about a good half hour, 45 minutes. Maybe a little less, we'll see. But let me go ahead. So if your food is missing that Puerto Rican soul, so I'm going to change it. If you want that Puerto Rican soul, you need my sofrito. My abuela's sofrito. There we go. That sounds better. So you see, sometimes you play a game with words. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I've been getting a lot of phone calls in between takes, and then I get on the phone, and then I've lost videos. Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay, good. There we go. iPhone will not play ringtones, alerts, or system sounds. Because if I don't do that, I'm going to lose videos. And I've lost countless hours of video. Hopefully this is going to help me. We got to hit 10,000 by the end of this month. At least 5,000 so I can really get TikTok shop going. But then the other part, oh my god, and the amount of people, I've had people repost my videos lately. I'm very excited. Hang on. Sorry, Chef. Coach. It's Coach Robert. I'll explain all that stuff later. But let's get started. I have a setup here, different angles, because I wanted to really showcase the food processor. So we angle it downward so that everybody can see what's going into it. Make sure that this is high. There we go. Let me see. And then what I do is I get into the frame, because you've got to show your face. So part of showing my face is building credibility and trust. I want my followers to see my face often when it comes to food, and it's normally a black t-shirt and this black apron, or my Ratatouille apron, or my New York Yankees apron. Stopped wearing the green, it doesn't look good on me. So, watch. Let me hold a bunch of cilantro. I need a hook. So I need something. So we're going to kind of shock people with this, and then I'm going to hold it in my hand. Watch, here we go. Looking for that Puerto Rican flavor in your food? Let me show you my abuela sofrito. Join me as we make it together. So sometimes, and always do the 10-minute version on your TikTok. God, I love the smell of cilantro. You're going to need onions. In my case, I had so many shallots. I've never made it with shallots, but we're going to do shallots. A lot of garlic. I usually do 1 to 1.5 heads of garlic. I've got 4 green onions. I have a packet of ají dulce. Be very careful when you get the ají dulce. They're sweet peppers. but they look just like habaneros. And the last thing you want to do is put a habanero inside your sofrito. Speaking from experience. I've got 3 bunches of cilantro and 3 bunches of culantro or recao. So how do we start this? Okay, now we put everything back in frame. And I'm going to instruct people how my grandmother instructed all of us to start the sofrito. Make sure that this is center frame. Traditionally, I've used a blender, if you will. Mine is a little under the weather, so we're going to use a food processor. We always start, see, I don't like what I just said. So go back and delete that clip. Not the whole thing, just the clip. Abuela always started with a blender. Mine is a little in the fritz, so we're going to use the food processor because I also want it a little chunky and not so liquefied. Keep it short, sweet, simple. I'll edit it and kind of will cut it and do all sorts of things. Start with your onions. Abuela always started with the onions because they add moisture. And you need liquid in order to really get this whole thing going. So in it goes. Put your lid on. And I'm going to mute. Well, I'll mute it out afterwards. I stopped it just so I can mute that section later. Or delete it. So shallots add a little bit of a sweetness as opposed to a regular Spanish onion or a Vidalia onion that's super, no, that's just like, to me it's pure sugar. Those are the ones I use when I make French onion soup. But here we go. Just let it, go for a little longer. They don't need to see the whole thing on camera, but I'll put like a snippet of maybe like a second. See, it kind of liquefied to the point that I want it. So now, hold on, get a bowl. The other thing that happens is you really have to have thick skin when you're doing TikTok and any social media. I had black nails for the longest. I wore black nails for like 10 years of my life, right? And then I started doing videos. And then come the comments. I can't trust anybody who has black nails. I can't do this with somebody who's black. Listen, I've been a rock and roll person my whole life. I've had black nails because I'm just a natural rock star, right? So you really have to develop thick skin and not take things personally. It's very easy to get your feelings hurt if you allow yourself to listen to those comments. I love comments when people are like, oh my goodness, I could listen to you all day and all that other stuff. So ignore the comments, people. You can read them, respond to the really good ones. The other ones, block them. Fuck them. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm adding about a head and a half of garlic. You don't need that much. Do what makes you happy. I try to just be a little more engaging in myself as I do this. And then we'll edit it down to like a second. Sometimes it needs a little work. This is the difference between your blender and a food processor. So sometimes you have to help it along. Yay! Okay. Next we're going to start with the greens. I leave the leafy greens to the very end just because I'm going to have to take some of this out anyway, and then you kind of have to play with it and mix it and all that fun stuff. But where's my water? Isn't it fun making videos? I have a list. I have 5 videos to do today. 5. We got this. Next we're going to start adding the green peppers and some ají dulce. Do it little by little. Like I said, if you're using a blender, always start with your onions and then gradually start adding the greens in. So we'll do this, and I'll come back when it's all liquefied and gorgeous. They don't need to see the rest. As you see now, we're getting that beautiful green color. Of course, it's pretty full. But next we have to add all the leafy greens, so what do? We're going to take a little of this out, put it to the side, and then start doing the leafy greens. This is how we make sofrito. And I like to use a stainless steel spoon, because then odors don't absorb, which makes all the difference in the world. So we're just going to take some out. Here, watch, I'm going to put this on camera so people can see. So, using a stainless steel spoon, because that way odors don't absorb in the spoon, we're going to take some out, and then we're going to add in the cilantro and the recao. And just little by little, oh, this smells so good already. It's probably all that garlic. It's long, it's at 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I like to have this done under, so if it goes to like 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 20 seconds, when I go editing, it'll be down to like 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Mark my words. I've learned a lot of little tips and tricks on editing, and then we speed up the cuts. It's fantastic, y'all, fantastic. Okay, so let's liquefy a little. Okay, now we're gonna add some recao, which is culantro and cilantro, or coriander if you're in the UK and other parts of the world. Could you omit cilantro for those that have that soap gene? Yes. If you can find recao or culantro, I would put that in. It's hard to substitute the flavor of cilantro. It really is. I feel bad for people that have that gene, but I'm sorry. I think cilantro is like in my DNA. I grew up in Puerto Rico, so it's like in everything I make. Delicious. It does the trick. Can't talk to you right now, you have to wait. Final bits. Smells and looks amazing. If you didn't realize, make sure you, you pre-wash all of your cilantro and culantro because it does grow in dirt, so you don't want any dirt in your sofrito. Done. So the other thing I like to do is clean as you go. It makes life so much easier. This is my best friend when doing all this. Always clean your herbs. All right, there we go. And this is how we end it. And that's it. Once it's done liquefying, you put it in your bowl, put it in your favorite container. Keep a little bit out in the refrigerator if you want to use it for a short period of time. Just know onions tend to go rancid, so I don't recommend leaving it in the fridge for a very long period of time. If it's a week, week and a half should be okay. The rest I always keep in the freezer, in your freezer safe containers, and that's it. That's my abuela, well, kind of modified because of the shallots, but my abuela sofrito. Talk to you soon. See, I didn't like that because I realized I forgot to do the call to action. So delete that part, one clip, there we go. And there we go. That's simple. Abuela sofrito, well, modified with shallots. But keep a small container in your fridge, can last up to a week. Remember, onions tend to go rancid, so it'll change the texture and smell of the sofrito. Put it in a freezer-safe container and use whenever you want. So be sure to follow. We're going to do more recipes on here, and I can't wait to see when you make this. Come back and tell me how it tasted. And that's it. All that for under 3 minutes. Let me stop you.